All right, it's another very busy.
Following county, Indian River, Florida. The National Weather Service in Melbourne has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Indian River County in east central Florida at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Vero Beach, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado and quarter-size hail. Source, weather spotters reported funnel cloud. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over main littoral areas of southeastern Indian River County, including the following locations. Wabasso Beach. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris.
Here took off the roof and everybody got out alive. So a very, very dangerous situation for these families in Pensacola, Florida. But it looks like, at least in this home, everybody survived. In Pensacola, Florida, Dave Malkoff, the Weather Channel.
Dave Malkoff, thanks so much for that. I mean, that shows you the interior room. It's why we talk about that interior room so often. The threat of damaging winds and tornadoes, however, continuing today.
Yeah, Paul Goodloe joins us now live from Raleigh, North Carolina. And Paul, looking at the radar and seeing a rain starting to pick up in your area, and looking behind you, I see the rain on the roadways.
Yeah, it is. In fact, it's wet here. We have bouts of very heavy rain, followed by pretty light rain, followed by more heavy rain. So we're starting to get into the thick of this pattern here in the Raleigh area. And the concern is, we just showed you the damage there with Dave Malkoff there in Florida, is to hopefully not have that type of activity here in North Carolina. But we have a good risk of seeing that. In fact, we're talking torcons here in Raleigh around a 6, meaning a 60% chance of seeing tornadoes in this area sometime this afternoon. But it also means a 40% chance that we won't. So we hope and pray we get the 40%. But we do have a very heavy line of thunderstorms well to the south of us. But also we have waves of rain coming in here. The good news is no warnings yet, but we are under a tornado watch. Look at the radar. We're starting to see all the area around the Durham and Raleigh area really start to fill in. Our winds are getting a little gustier now. At the airport, they're gusting close to 25, 28 miles per hour coming in from the south, bringing all this moisture in here. Again, Charlotte's getting a pretty strong line of thunderstorms blasting on through there. I do believe it's just a severe thunderstorm warning for you there in Charlotte. But we're really concerned with the risk of more tornadoes as you head east of Charlotte. Again, Charlotte, temperature was in the low 70s. Here, we're still in the upper 60s here in Raleigh. And the good news is, as we are keeping people aware of the severe threat this afternoon, they closed schools early today to get those kids home. I saw a couple of school buses going up and down the street here, getting the kids home so they can stay safe this afternoon, because basically now through maybe 6 or 7 tonight is our biggest risk of seeing severe weather, damaging winds, and tornadoes here in the Raleigh area. Guys?
Paul, thanks so much. Try to stay dry and safe as the storm threat increases. Of course, there are active storms out there right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, tracking it all is our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes. Busy man yesterday, and Dr. Forbes busy again today.
Yeah, maybe even busier today with so many states to cover today, all the way from Florida up into the mid-Atlantic. Paul Goodloe there, I've given a tornado condition index of 6 for that area. We do have here in red from Florida, where I've given a tornado condition index of 4 on the 10-point scale. 40% chance of a tornado within 150 miles. Some tornado threat and damaging winds all the way up into, by evening, Maryland and Delaware and North Carolina, New Jersey, I should say, and eastern parts of Pennsylvania. The threats right now are in North Carolina and Florida. I've given Torcon values of 6 for the eastern Carolinas, 7 for the eastern Carolinas, 6 for central North Carolina and eastern parts of Virginia, and then 5 for parts of the western parts of these states. So those are very, very high values, high chances of tornadoes across this area. Right now, tornado warning over in eastern parts of North Carolina, as well as we've lost some in southern Florida, but one over on the east coast, a storm that's just about ready to move offshore, not too far from Vero Beach. Duplin County in North Carolina, you still have a tornado warning. Pretty strong rotation showing up. In fact, almost a donut hole right there at the very end, just to the east of Highway 117. And so that circulation right there is close to Warsaw, heading up toward the Pricetown area at about 119, LaGrange at about 131. That's going about 55 miles per hour toward the north and east, and it has a very strong circulation on that. Blues and greens northbound, red southbound, just to the east of Warsaw. So those communities I mentioned, you need to be seeking shelter. You have a helmet, put that on to protect your head. There are severe thunderstorms in another line to the west, including just to the east of Charlotte now, and all the way up into the Greensboro area of North Carolina, even southwest parts of Virginia. And then over into Florida, we've lost the tornado warning, but it's headed up toward Fort Meade across the central parts of Florida. We have severe thunderstorm warning now for this big swirl of storms that's heading toward the Port Charlotte area, Charlotte, DeSoto, and Sarasota counties, with severe thunderstorm warnings coming toward the Cleveland area there at about 129. And then over on the east coast, just about ready to pass offshore, Indian River County, you have a tornado warning. The remnants of that storm right now very close to the Indian River Shores area. So it is a dangerous situation there, but it's about to end. We have very, very warm temperatures as far as the warm front has gone into southeast parts of Virginia, all the way across the Carolinas into Florida. So that's going to fuel the severe thunderstorms today. 85-mile-per-hour winds at 5,000 feet as well.
All year long, you worked hard to take care of business and take care of the people who matter most.
We should be ready to ship next month. I sure will have it Monday. Whatever works for you.
So when your tax refund arrives, make it go a little further at Walmart. From electronics to home decor, even tires.
All right, you should be good to go.
Great. Thank you.
Get low prices on everything you need to get more fun out of your tax refund. Walmart.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you are on Medicare and struggling to afford the out-of-pocket costs, there is coverage available that includes dental, vision, and prescription drugs. There are benefits with 0 copays and 0 deductibles. You are allowed to update your coverage. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now. If you have Medicare Part A, B, or a Medicare Advantage plan, call the Medicare Coverage Helpline to update your coverage. Free call, free advice, no obligation.
You may be taking new medications or need dental or vision care, or the copays and deductibles are hard to afford. All of this is costing you more than you thought it would. There is a solution. You can call and update your coverage. The call and the advice are free. Call now.
The Medicare Coverage Helpline. Free call, free advice, no obligation. Make sure you have all you deserve and update your coverage. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now.
Call 800-909-4420. That's 800-909-4420. 800-909-4420.
And I turn around and there's 3 rattlesnakes.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don't worry, Rob. You're covered.
State Farm agents are there whenever you need them.
Blizzard of 1978. The one moment that made me a weather geek. I mean, I just loved weather. I remember that night hearing all the warnings. Oh, blizzard coming, a lot of snow, blah, blah, blah. Looking at my front window, nothing. Go to bed. Wake up the next morning, poof, talking close to 2 feet of snow. Wow. I was hooked ever since.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, thunderstorms, high 84. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 80%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 59. Thursday, generally sunny, high 70. Winds west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
When the going gets tough, the tough keep pulling.
All new episodes of Highway Through Hell, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Sit. More sit per roll. Bounty is 2 times more absorbent. So 1 roll of Bounty can last longer than those bargain brands. So you get more life per roll. Bounty, the long-lasting, quicker picker-upper.
From the very minute you have this idea that you want to be in business, you need to have that card.
Presentation is everything because they're not only first impression of you, but now you're handing them this product that really is kind of going to define your business in their mind pretty quickly.
You want a very thick card that feels nice in your client's hand.
I think it's nice to have a choice because sometimes you want a glossy card, but for other projects, I don't necessarily want all that.
Your business card is a reflection of you. It should say exactly what you want. With a range of design, stock, and finish options at Vistaprint, it will. Get 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Just enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
That business card, when I make a connection with someone, has to be phenomenal. It has to be elegant and invoke all the things that Diamond stands for.
Just that professionalism is going to make you, as a business owner, more successful just right off the bat.
Vistaprint.com.
When the doctor doesn't look you in the eye, you know it's not good. When I went out, I had to put on a wig. I had no hair. But when I got home, I got to take everything off and just be me. 2 days before Christmas, I found out I was cancer-free. We live carefree where we're happy, and that's home.
Whatever home means to you, we'll help you find it. Zillow.
I'm severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes with an update on our tornado situation. A couple of new tornado warnings to tell you about. Mostly the same areas. We have eastern North Carolina and western parts of Florida there outlined in red. Severe thunderstorms coming across the Charlotte, North Carolina area to west of Greensboro, North Carolina. Let's take a look at the tornado warnings. Several tornado warned storms here, including Duplin and Lenoir counties coming across, Lenoir County coming across North Carolina, and a separate storm just to the west of that also has a tornado warning in that as well. Taking a look, that one is supposed to go over here, so that county is parts of Wayne County that's included in that tornado warning. Taking a look, it's this eastern of the two storms that seems to be the strongest of them. In fact, you can almost see a donut hole there with the counterclockwise circulation of that. So that's moving 55 miles per hour off toward the northeast, toward Princeton, LaGrange, and the Hookerton area. LaGrange, for example, about 123. You see some of these other times in the upper right. There are also a track of this storm that's going to be going up across areas a little bit to the west of LaGrange. Here is the Doppler velocity situation. You can see over near the Indian Springs area, there's one green-red couplet indicating a tornado possible circulation, and then another that's down to the south and west of Albertson. That will head up toward the highway at 111 area off to the north and west of Albertson. Moving very fast. Seek shelter if you're in the path of these. You will not have time to wait for the tornado and then seek shelter at 55 miles per hour. This big swirling mass of thunderstorms that has come in, getting close to the Port Charlotte area now. Rotation has strengthened in the calm ahead, if you will, of this circulation. Charlotte, DeSoto, and Sarasota counties with tornado warnings right up in that rotating calm ahead area. Getting close to the North Port area right now, up toward the Arcadia area at about 154. The rotation in this, not extremely tight, but you can see a broad rotation westbound and then southeastbound with maybe a couple of spots in there where tornadoes could form. So dangerous situation. We'll see the tornado threat today all the way from Florida to by this evening, all the way up into perhaps Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. So stay tuned to the Weather Channel. Mark, Alex?
Thank Thanks, Dr. Forbes. An extremely busy day, and of course that has huge impacts on travel. Between the wintry side of things and the severe side of things, the airport delays continue to pile up.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a spot like Chicago, I mean, we're getting up close to 5-hour delays.
Oof.
Pretty crazy stuff. And again, that's if the flight is there. There are numerous cancellations that are around.
What it doesn't tell you is about the wind. Wind gusts in Chicago, 40 miles per hour, could go higher than that. Also very windy in the mid-Atlantic. So as we put this into motion and we watch the precip come up from the south, you can see why we're having so many problems at with the nation's air travel system.
Yeah, the snow moving its way up through the Midwest, Great Lakes region, and then just low clouds, the wind and showers here up and down the East Coast.
So let's time this out for you as we go through the rest of the day. We are going to continue to follow really gusty winds and really nasty weather in general, right? And so the combination of the wind, the rain, and the snow is going to substantially slow things down as we continue on through the rest of the day.
Tricky travel day for sure.
I have been a proactive customer for almost 10 years, and it still amazes me that people ask, does that stuff really work? Hi, I'm Julianne Huff. What's the first thing people say after trying Proactive? Wow, I really wish I tried it sooner. That's because Proactive is so easy and works so well. If you're struggling with breakouts, you just want it behind you. Over, done. And the sooner you try Proactive, the sooner it can be.
Proactive is the #1 acne brand. It works for men and women of all ages, skin types, and ethnicities.
I should have tried Proactive first, then I would have been happy a long time ago.
I wish I had tried Proactive sooner because it wasn't until Proactive that I really started seeing results. My skin is phenomenal now.
And now's the best time to get it, because when you order Proactive in the next 10 minutes, we'll upgrade you to our new Deluxe TV offer for free. You'll get our purifying mask for instant deep pore relief, plus our customer favorite blackhead dissolving gel. No more popping blackheads. This miracle gel helps dissolve them away.
I just wish that I could tell people not to wait, not to hesitate, because Proactive relieves such a major stress so you can focus on the things that you love doing.
Still not sure? Act fast and we'll throw in our ultra-rich green tea moisturizer as a free extra, plus free shipping. Call 1-800-277-8114.
So take a moment right now to decide one thing. Are you ready for clear skin?
Then hurry. Get the new Deluxe offer while there's still time. You get Proactive plus 3 premium gifts, all for just $19.95. And ask about how you can get it all overnight with new Proactive Next Day. That number again is 1-800-277-8114.
Clear skin starts with you. Call now.
It's amazing out there means to me everything is amazing. It could be the smallest ice crystal, the biggest storm cloud. It's just taking a second to appreciate all of it and the awe and awesomeness of it.
At the Watershed, we believe in recovery. We believe that every alcoholic and addict deserves the opportunity to be healed. Our team of addiction professionals will address the underlying causes of your addiction while treating you with dignity and respect. We've helped thousands of patients recover from this seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. Addicts can recover. Addicts do recover. No matter how hopeless the situation seems, the time to get help is now. Call the Watershed today.
Many prescriptions can cause dry mouth. ACT Dry Mouth Mouthwash and Toothpaste relieve dry mouth symptoms with soothing formulas that strengthen teeth and freshen breath. ACT Stronger Teeth and Dry Mouth Relief. To soothe dry mouth on the go, try ACT Dry Mouth Lozenges.
Did you know pain is caused by aggravated nerves? Aspercreme with lidocaine is revolutionary relief. In just minutes, it desensitizes your aggravated nerves to block pain with no odor or irritation. Aspercreme with lidocaine. Relieve the nerves, stop the pain.
When the going gets tough, the tough keep pulling.
All new episodes of Highway Through Hell, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Yeah! Stay tuned for your local on the 8s powered by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.
Building the only trucks with the best fuel economy, best towing, best torque, and best payload takes guts. Overcoming any obstacle. That's the glory. Get a great deal on the trucks that give you both during Ram Truck Month. Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus up to $2,000 truck month bonus cash on 2016 Ram 1500 trucks.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, thunderstorms, high 84. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 80%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 59. Thursday, generally sunny. High 70. Winds west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. Want to get you caught up on the wintry side of things, right? Winter Storm Petro still making its way towards the Great Lakes. Looking live now at Indianapolis with the raindrops on the lens. Detroit, close call, probably a rain-snow mix hitting the camera right now. Basically anywhere north or west of either of these cities, it is all snow. You know, in Michigan, offices in the lower peninsula, most of Michigan, the government offices closing down at noon, or have closed down at noon, I should say, because dangerous weather conditions are moving in. Look at this, right? We've got snow that's overtaken much of central and southern Michigan, but Detroit right on the border, and then Indianapolis right on the border over here. You're seeing raindrops right now. Chicago, all snow. Peoria, maybe some snowflakes. St. Louis, your snow about done. Doesn't tell the whole story, though. We need to know about what the winds are doing across this zone. It is so blustery, it is so gusty, and look at this. Thunder snow happening right now. We've got all that lift in the atmosphere. We've got the right precipitation mixing together at the right temperatures, about 14 below Fahrenheit, aloft in the atmosphere. So you'll have both snow and liquid, super cooled water, those colliding together, giving us enough charge difference to get some lightning going there within the snow, which is hard to get, which is why we get so excited about it. How about this? The wind's incredible. Chicago gusting to near 40 miles per hour. Imagine walking through kind of the Magnificent Mile, that urban canyon in between the buildings. It'll be gusting even higher than that in the right locations. Indianapolis gusting to 30, Detroit gusting to near 30 as well. Wouldn't want to be flying today, all right? Huge delays because of those winds. If you are flying, pack the patience. Big time delays have already built in, almost 5 hours for Chicago. So we got blizzard warnings in the pink, winter storm warnings all the way up through Michigan, maybe even a little bit of winter weather in the northeast corridor where there's just enough cold air in place. So we've got this big carve out, upper level low, surface low, same one responsible for all the severe weather from the south to the mid-Atlantic, now racing towards the Great Lakes, throwing that moisture back in to the cold air. So anywhere that low goes and along the path, we've got big time snows, and then out ahead of it, it's the rain side of things. So the map is colored in rain and severe out ahead of the low, behind it big time snow continuing for the rest of today. That also will be there tonight, Michigan into Indiana, and then the lake effect kicks in, Alex. The gusty winds behind the storm drop the temperatures further, and the lake effect machine cranks up once again.
All right, Mark, that's the wintry side. Still following the severe side. Of course, yesterday a very active day. Today continuing a little bit farther east. We're in the Carolinas where we've got numerous warnings, either severe warnings there just east of Charlotte, or continuing to track nasty storms south and east of the Raleigh area. This is one storm that we're continuing to follow very closely here, just south and west of the Kinston area. This is for Duplin and Lenoir counties until 1:45. Tornado warning is in effect. This thing's going to continue to march on off towards the northeast. Very fast movement. We're talking 60 to 65 miles per hour. That's how fast the storm is moving. So it's going to be extremely tough to try to outrun that, that's for sure. And we're picking up on some of the rotation showing up with it as well. That'll continue to move northeast, eventually crossing over State Route 70. So if you're in that vicinity, in and around Kinston, now's the time to get into your safe zone, get into the lowermost portion of your home and away from the windows. Then west of that, we've been following a line of storms here. This one now moving its way right right through Winston-Salem. In fact, right now you're under a severe thunderstorm warning until 2 o'clock. That line of storms, heavy rain, lightning, and the main threat going to be damaging winds. They could be in excess of even 60 miles per hour. And more active storms to track here into Florida as we watch here into Charlotte, DeSoto, and Sarasota counties. Port Charlotte, you're involved in this tornado warning until 1:30. Nasty storm tracking its way on through the area here, moving on off towards the north and the east. Seeking shelter again. That's what you want to be doing now. At this point, get into your safe zone. We'll continue to follow the severe side of this winter storm and check out the winter side as well next.
In a world that's trying to turn you into someone new, one hair color wants to help you keep on being you. Nice and easy, we only make the most real, natural-looking color. So even in revealing sunlight, it doesn't look like hair color at all. It looks like it's 100% you. And isn't that the most beautiful part? Nice and easy. Color as real as you are.
See me.
See me.
Don't stare at me.
See me.
See me.
See me to know that psoriasis is just something that I have.
I'm not contagious.
See me to know that I won't stop until I find what works.
Discover Cosentyx, a different kind of medicine for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, proven to help the majority of people find clear or almost clear skin. 8 out of 10 people saw 75% skin clearance at 3 months, while the majority saw 90% clearance. Do not use if you are allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, you should be tested for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. If you have Crohn's disease, tell your doctor as symptoms can worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
See me.
See me. See me on my way.
Find clear skin and a clearer path forward. For a different kind of medicine, ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
What truck company do you think offers best-in-class V8 fuel economy, best-in-class V8 horsepower, and best-in-class V8 towing?
Chevy.
I'm going with Ram.
Definitely Ford.
The new 2016 Chevy Silverado offers best-in-class V8 fuel economy, horsepower, and towing.
They're all Chevy.
That's right, all Chevy, the fastest growing pickup brand. It's Truck Month. Now get a total value of $7,500 on this Silverado All-Star with a 5.3-liter V8. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
When you've got a house full of guests on the way and a cold with sinus pressure, you need fast relief. Alka-Seltzer Plus Severe Sinus Congestion and Cough Liquid Gels rush relief to your tough symptoms to put you back in control.
Coming.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Sinus.
Growing up, we were German. We danced in a German dance group. I wore lederhosen. When I first got on Ancestry, I was really surprised that I wasn't finding all of these Germans in my tree. I decided to have my DNA tested through Ancestry DNA. The big surprise was we're not German at all. 52% of my DNA comes from Scotland and Ireland. So I traded in my lederhosen for a kilt.
Ancestry has many paths to discovering your story. Get started for free at Ancestry.com.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon, then quickly fell back to earth, landing on the roof of a Dutch colonial. Luckily, Geico recently helped the residents with homeowners insurance. They were able to get the roof repaired like new. They later sold the cow because they had all become lactose intolerant. Call Geico and see how much you could save on homeowners insurance.
Down to Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, thunderstorms, high 84. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 80%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 59. Thursday, generally sunny, high 70. Winds west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by California Walnuts. What makes this the best simple dinner ever? Great tasting, heart-healthy California walnuts. So simple. Get the recipes at walnuts.org.
Wow, just some of the damage and pictures and scenes from the nasty storms we've been tracking the last couple of days. Half past the hour here for us on Weather Center Live. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Mark Elliott. And, you know, we've been following storms for the past several days. There is that chance of more nasty weather right now. In fact, we want to get out to what we know right now.
Yeah, that's right. 97,000 people are still without power out there for across parts of the South. Escambia County, Florida, EMA reporting a preliminary 2-mile storm path of destruction for a tornado. However, I-10 has reopened in Escambia County. Today, 65 million are under wind advisories and another 17 million are under winter storm warnings. The National Weather Service calling this storm a 3-headed monster. So yeah, this is no doubt about it, one that we'll be remembering for some time out there, no question about it. Listen to Mark with with the very latest.
Yeah, you know, in the mix right now is Raleigh, right? We're seeing more storms developing in the Raleigh area. Our own Paul Goodlow joining us from there now, where the storms have really been blossoming. Paul, we've been seeing kind of on again, off again rain. The sun in between, maybe more bad news than good.
Yeah, so I think the sun is perhaps giving people a false sense of security. In fact, we can pan around. We're seeing blue sky in places. Unfortunately, it's wreaking havoc on the iris here in our camera. So we're going from clouds to now blue sky and some sunshine beaming down. And all it will do is help to keep our unstable atmosphere unstable as we head throughout the day and the evening as well. The good news is they closed schools early here. Even a lot of the community colleges called classes by noon or 1 o'clock this afternoon. The whole goal is to get people off the roads and out of unprotected areas and into their safe places, because we all see the damage from Louisiana through Florida from the storms last night. The concern is we still have this same system pushing through the Carolinas as we head through now and into this afternoon and this evening. And speaking of just the Raleigh area, there's a huge college basketball game going on tonight at 8 o'clock. NC, North Carolina, coming in to take on NC State here in Raleigh at 8 o'clock. We expect those storms to have already passed by, but the question is, what type of damage will they leave behind? We're under a wind advisory because we expect sustained winds at times, 25, 35 miles per hour, gusting more than that. We're also under a tornado watch until 7 o'clock tonight because we have the risk of seeing strong and severe thunderstorms, giving us tornado-producing thunderstorms as well as we head throughout the evening. So don't let this dry time, the blue sky, fool you. It is not over by far. Until you really feel a drop in the temperatures, do you know that we're in the safer and the cooler zone where the severe risk starts to go down. That won't happen until later on tonight. So again, we're here in Raleigh to keep you on top of what's happening. Again, right now we're seeing severe weather well to the west of us coming out of the Charlotte area and also well to the southeast of us as well. But we know it's a matter of time before we start seeing strong and severe storms come right through here in the Triangle area, including the Durham and Raleigh area. Guys?
All right, thanks so much, Paul. We'll get back to you in a bit. Stay safe out there. But we want to give a breakdown of this tornado outbreak, which is continuing today.
Back in the lab, our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Ford, has been timing this out. Doc, it seems like North Carolina and Florida have really taken the brunt of the storm so far today.
Yeah, they really have. And that line that's coming toward Paul has had some reports of wind damage, trees and power lines down, and even a little bit farther to the north up near the Virginia border, some golf ball size hail. So these storms are packing a punch today. That area, and that's part of the ingredients of getting the sun come out. It warms up a little bit. You get a little bit more unstable. You could see the winter side of Winter Storm Petros back here spinning near the Evansville, Indiana area, but it spirals around with one band and then another lobe that's coming across a little bit farther to the west of that leading lobe all the way down into Florida. The jet stream high up where the jet aircraft fly, spreading apart there. And so we're getting a lot of extra lift to add to the instability to help the thunderstorms get going today. And that's why all the way from Florida with the jet stream and the warm temperatures, all the way up by evening, if the warm front gets there up into Maryland and Delaware, North New Jersey, I should say, and eastern Pennsylvania, maybe even overnight into the New York City area. Torcon values 4 down in the Florida area, probably a little higher up where the jet stream's a little faster, 7 in the eastern parts of the Carolinas, 6 in the central parts of the Carolinas, up into eastern parts of Virginia, and then 5 into western parts of Virginia where we have those big hail-producing thunderstorms at the moment. Right now, only tornado warning is over in the storm we've been watching for quite some time over now in east central parts of North Carolina. Severe thunderstorm down into the Florida area had been tornado warned. So let's take a look at this tornado warned storm in North Carolina. It's coming north-northeast at about 55 miles per hour. Now Greene, Lenore, and Pitt counties with that tornado warning. Not very far away, just now to the northwest side of Kinston. You can see the little hook there right at the northwest side of Kinston at the end, and that is coming up toward places like Roundtree and the Greenville area. Greenville, say 156, that's where the tornado threat is the greatest. And you can see the Doppler velocity showing that. Red's northbound, at least in a storm relative sense, and the green's southbound. So coming right across Highway 258 south of Snow Hill, and then it'll head toward Highway 903 east of the Snow Hill area before very long. That line out to the west is coming across the Roanoke area. It's over, coming very close now to Greensboro, North Carolina. Some of the places in there, as I've indicated, have had trees down, power lines down, and golf ball size hail. That line of storms with embedded stronger cells is east of the Charlotte area now, but still Carabas, Mecklenburg, and Union counties with severe thunderstorm warning. That big swirling mass of storms has come east of the Port Charlotte area. That little tight tornado circulation north and east of Port Charlotte has weakened a little bit, but damaging winds and a chance of a tornado. Charlotte, DeSoto, and Sarasota counties there in Florida. Here is the temperatures. I've been talking about them. You can see where the warm front is right in there, much colder to the north, 60s and 70s to the south, and the surface low back around just to the north and east of Evansville now. The cold front pushing across these areas. So warm and unstable all across this area, and the low-level jet coming across these areas about 5,000 feet, 65 to 85 miles per hour. So that's the momentum for damaging wind gusts and the rolling motion for some of the storms to rotate and produce tornadoes. So busy day. That warm front might get all the way up into New Jersey and Pennsylvania by this evening and tonight. So where it goes, severe weather will follow. Alex?
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Forbes. All this active weather, we really started it yesterday, and we recapped the storms here as we worked our way through the afternoon. All these reports now coming in, tornado reports, parts of Louisiana, then working into Mississippi, into Alabama, and eventually into the panhandle of Florida as well, and in Georgia, even a few reports of tornadoes taking place as we work through the overnight hours in the early part of our Wednesday. So a number of reports. National Weather Service office, their teams are going to be heading out there and surveying the damage to find out whether or not it was tornado damage or just strong damaging winds, straight line winds. We'll get that information to you as soon as we get it. But it was an active day yesterday, no question about it. And of course, we've got some of the pictures coming in from some of these damaging storms. In fact, actually, no, there's a new tornado warning. Again, the active weather continuing today. Let's get you to that tornado warning now for you. Dr. Forbes was just talking about this storm in and around Port Charlotte, and he mentioned there's the potential, even though it was a severe thunderstorm warning, that there could be a tornado, and now a tornado warning has been issued here. That's now just east of Port Charlotte. We've got Harbor Heights that is involved in that tornado warning until 2 o'clock. So be mindful of this as it's crossing now over a 17. If you're in that area, now's the time to seek shelter, get into the innermost portion of your home and away from the windows. We'll keep a track on this storm right after the break.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. this afternoon. Variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 82. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, thunderstorms early. Thursday, partly cloudy skies. High 70. Winds west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All year long, you worked hard to take care of business and take care of the people who matter most.
We should be ready to ship next month. Sure, we'll have it Monday. Whatever works for you.
So when your tax refund arrives, make it go a little further at Walmart. From electronics to home decor, even tires.
All right, you should be good to go.
Great. Thank you.
Get low prices on everything you need to get more fun out of your tax refund. Walmart.
I moved to Boston when I was 2. There was 14 of us in a 4-bedroom apartment. To be the first kid to buy a house, it's a very proud moment.
Whatever home means to you, we'll help you find it. Zillow.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead, big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I looked at my options. Then I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement Insurance plans, it helps pick up some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs.
To me, relationships matter. I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
With these types of plans, you'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So don't wait. Call now and request this free decision guide to help you better understand Medicare and which AARP Medicare supplement plan might be best for you. There's a wide range to choose from.
We love to travel, and there's so much more to see. So we found a plan that can travel with us anywhere in the country.
Join the millions of people who have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP, an organization serving the needs of people 50 and over for generations. Remember, all Medicare supplement insurance plans help cover what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide and learn more about the kinds of plans that will be here for you now and down the road.
I have a lifetime of experience, so I know how important that is.
Every auto insurance policy has a number. But not every insurance company understands the life behind it. Those who have served our nation have earned the very best service in return. USAA. We know what it means to serve. Get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
So there's a family wedding coming up in New Mexico, but a nice hotel can be pricey. If you visit Priceline, get a great deal and go.
Hi, Amanda. Want you to meet your second cousin, Tim. He's moving out your way in a couple of months.
Cool. So I guess your mom and my mom.
All I know is we're related.
Yeah.
If you don't go.
I'm Tim.
Amanda.
Whatever's on the line. Priceline.
We were watching the news, and when they came on the TV and they told us that there was a tornado moving at 55 miles an hour northeast, we took cover in the RV park laundry facilities, and we hid there until it was over. The glass was breaking. You could hear things flipping around outside. I mean, just total carnage. I'm glad I wasn't in it.
Actually, I didn't know it was on its way. My buddy Philip called me, and I went to his camper I got my truck, went to get him. and it hit when we were in the truck.
Did you see the twister?
No, I didn't. It looked like a blender. There was stuff lying around, but...
And so you rode it out in the truck?
Yes, sir.
And was your truck picked up at all, or just vibrated?
I jumped in the back seat, and he got down in the passenger floorboard. And when we set up, we were in a ditch about 10 foot from where we started.
Wow, what an ordeal, right? Just a scary scene that is unfortunately repeating today. We have new watches coming out across the mid-Atlantic for that potential for tornadoes. This all started, though, across the south. Mike Seidel has been following the aftermath from St. James Parish.
Hey, he joins us from Convent, where a storm ripped through an RV park.
The cleanup is getting underway here at the Sugar Hill RV Park. We're between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. This is where a tornado devastated the landscape yesterday afternoon. Fortunately, there was plenty of lead time with the watch and even the warning. The tornado watch was issued just after 11 a.m. The tornado hit at 3:38, but the National Weather Service in New Orleans issued the warning at 3:19, 19 minutes before, and that's better than the average lead time, which is 13 minutes. Take a look at the devastation. There's about 160 homes in this RV park, and all but about 10 of them have been damaged or destroyed. Unfortunately, 2 fatalities. There were 30 folks taken to the hospital, 7 in critical condition. But you can see the trees sheared off and just piles of debris. There are a few folks walking around checking out some of their belongings. But the main thing today is they want to clear up the list of missing. They're confident there's nobody left in the park. And this is actually the beginning of that tornado outbreak that went from Tuesday afternoon to early this morning. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidel in Convent, Louisiana. Back to you.
Thanks, Mike. And as mentioned, we have more of this active weather happening today. In fact, a new watch from the Storm Prediction Center.
Yeah, and there it is. This goes out until this evening, 9 o'clock Eastern time, now including a good portion of Virginia from Richmond back down towards Norfolk, and even a few areas here moving into portions of Maryland and even into Delaware.
And then right on down into North Carolina, we can follow this same zone from 9 o'clock to the north, 7 o'clock down towards the south, all the way down I-95. This will eventually get chopped back west to east, but for now we still have big-time weather to contend with within this zone.
That's right. We've got a line of storms with that line of severe thunderstorm warnings. That's east now of Charlotte, so Charlotte in the clear from these nasty storms. And then we've also been following some storms here just east of Raleigh, and tornado warnings still in effect here for us. Greene, Lenoir, and Pitt County now involved until 2 o'clock. So heads up here, very dangerous storm now getting ready to cross over Highway 13.
Yeah, so keep in mind, Greenville is right behind the wording right there, and this is headed generally in that direction. So if you're in Greenville and points just west from there, seek shelter now. Still broad rotation, but a clear rotation signature at that. And we're also pretty far from the radar site. So this could be a tighter rotation all the way down to the ground, meaning there could be a tornado at any point. Aloft, it's more broad, but you would expect that as you look up into the storm from the radar beam. So timing out that rotation, if you're in Rock Spring, if you're in Bruce, if you're in Bethel, all the way towards the top of the hour, as this thing is racing north and east, you got to seek shelter right now.
And as you said, racing, these storms are moving very, very quickly there. In some cases, we've seen 60, 65, even 70-mile-per-hour movement with these storms. Then we've got the severe side of things, severe storm threat here from Winston-Salem and points east, right along that line. Damaging winds could be in excess of even 60 miles per hour there. And Florida, another state dealing with strong storms.
You know, we've been following these storms that have come in from the west coast of Florida and been moving inland through the day. This is I-75 right south of Port Charlotte. Just interior from there, we've got Charlotte and DeSoto counties where there is a severe thunderstorm with a tornado warning right now. Extremely heavy rain, gusty winds, and a broad rotation signature here as well, with green going towards the radar, red away. If that tightens up at all, we may have a tornado there also.
Absolutely. So a lot to track. We'll continue to do so on the severe threat along with Winter Storm Petros next.
Where can you satisfy your craving for a delicious 100% Alaskan cod meal? Right here at Long John Silver's. Enjoy our tasty 2-piece hand-battered Alaskan cod basket, hand-dipped in our classic batter, now for just $5.99. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Let me get you ready for the day weather-wise.
We've got a lot going on this morning.
Definitely see what kind of pattern we've had.
So start your morning routine with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jan Carfagna, and the rest of AMHQ.
It is a team here at the Weather Channel, and an awesome team at that.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 82, chance of rain 50%. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 59, chance of rain 50%. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 70, winds west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Told you somebody should have waited in the car. Says there's a black car 3 minutes away. I'm not taking one of those. That one.
They gave authorities the slip in a Prius. Now the 4 most wanted men in the world are stealing our hearts.
Is that us? I think that's us.
Public support is at a fever pitch. What started as an amateur heist is now a global phenomenon.
One does have to wonder, how long can this chase go on?
Look, we're trending. Let me see that. We're famous.
Toyota, let's go places.
Working on my feet all day gave me pain here.
In my knees.
But now, I step on this machine and get my number, which matches my Dr. Scholl's custom-fit orthotic inserts. Now I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My knee pain.
Find a machine at drscholls.com.
If anybody is looking for home repair, home improvement, you need to go to Home Advisor.
At Home Advisor, you'll find millions of reviews of pre-screened local home pros.
Home Advisor took care of all of it, and they're there when I need them.
And it's always free. Go to homeadvisor.com now.
From the moment they wake up, doers don't stop. Every day is a chance to do something great. And for the ones they love, they do anything. Sears Optical has glasses made for doing. Right now, buy 1 pair and get another free. Quality eyewear for doers. Sears Optical.
What average underwear feels like. What Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like. Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like wearing nothing at all. No pinch, no stink, no sweat. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
You work hard to keep your family safe, and so do we. Xfinity Home provides 24/7 security with professional monitoring for 24/7 peace of mind. Stay connected with real-time text and email alerts. And keep an eye on things from anywhere. Xfinity Home. Connected, protected, home. Xfinity customers add Xfinity Home from Comcast for $29.99 a month for 12 months and get 5 additional door and window sensors for no extra charge. Call or go online today.
Gets tough, the tough keep pulling.
All new episodes of Highway Through Hell, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Yeah!
I'm severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes. I wanted to give you an update on a tornado warning. It's getting very close now with pretty strong rotation toward Greenville, North Carolina. Also have a tornado warning in Florida east of the Sarasota area. This one, pretty highly populated area. So let's take a look. This storm heading northeast, well-defined hook echo on that. Right at the very end, you can see the storm wrapping around. So Greene, Lenoir, and Pitt counties moving 55 mile per hour toward the north and east with a possible tornado very close to Greenville right now, within minutes of coming into Greenville. So you should be seeking shelter, lowest, innermost portion of a sturdy building. Try to protect your head. We have additional warnings now for Martin and Pitt counties for tornado warnings. Look at the rotation showing up on this. Red's going northbound, green's going southbound. So it is just to the west or Winterville, heading up right into the metro area of Greenville. The Beltway 264 comes across that, so it's going to come from the southwest part of that Beltway right across the center part of the city, and it's going very fast, so you probably don't have time to be looking for it and then seeking shelter. You should be seeking shelter right now. Let's go now to Mark.
Yeah, that is a scary-looking storm on the radar. We're going to, of course, come back to that storm in just a second for the Greenville area and track that along with you if you're watching from there. Many of you are watching from the snow side of this same storm system, right? A year ago, the Midwest covered in snow. This year, womp womp, almost nothing, right? 3.7% and only really far north in the Midwest. So many of you have been asking for some snow. We're delivering, right? We've got a swath of snow across Illinois in towards Indiana and then Michigan. Chicago, your temperature has now fallen to the freezing line. Yes, the snow is going to start sticking. Accumulating snow will continue. We got a live view of Chicago, the wind-swept snow, right? Look at the snowflakes. You're going sideways. The winds are moving the flags around. In fact, wind gusts in Chicago are over 35 miles per hour right now. And it's not just Chicago. Springfield, 36. Indianapolis, 25. Fort Wayne, 33. Detroit gusting to near 30. So the precip continues to swirl around here across the Midwest. That's why we've got the concern of low visibility. These are blizzard warnings in the pink color across Illinois into Indiana. Then winter storm warnings surrounding that for accumulating snow. In fact, across this zone, 5 to 8, if not 8 to 12 inches of additional snowfall still on the way before this storm is done. It's going to continue through the rest of today, then into tonight, and then the lake effect machine kicks up tomorrow. We've got this upper disturbance that's helping to support the snow, but the main story is our area of low pressure that brought the severe weather across the south. It's racing through the eastern Great Lakes and then tapping into that real cold air behind it. So again, the rest of today, we're talking snow pinwheeling around our area of low pressure. Northern Indiana, much of Michigan, northern Ohio will do pretty well, and then we get the lake effect bands to kick in after that. So Alex, we're not done on the wintry side of things, but the severe side is going to steal the show, I think, for the rest of the day.
Yeah, absolutely, and ongoing at this point as we continue to follow this tornado-warned storm here in North Carolina, Martin and Pitt counties. This includes the city of Greenville now. In fact, moving right over the city is the most dangerous part of the storm at this point. So now is really the time to be getting into your safe zone if you're not already there, as this storm continues to move on off towards the north and the east. So if you're in and around Old Pectolis Road, you want to be seeking shelter as well as the storm moves its way through the area. Certainly showing up on the radar, the rotation with this storm. There it is right there, and it'll move its way towards the north and east. So right now, just north of Greenville is where we're most concerned with in and around Old River Road. That's going to be an area that we're watching very closely as well, and then eventually up towards Old Creek Road as well. That could be an area that we'll be watching closely as well. Tough to pick out here on the correlation coefficient if we could see any sort of debris showing up here on the radar, but no question, rotation with this storm. That tornado warning out until 2:30 there. That'll move north and east very fast. We're talking close to 60 miles per hour with the movement with this storm moving through Greenville. Timing it out here, put some other cities here as it moves again to the northeast. New Belden, right around 1:59, so just a couple of minutes away, getting after 2 o'clock, Witchard, and then Congleton at 2:07. That's going to be some of the areas impacted with this storm now that's moving through just the north side of Greenville, movement off towards the north and the east. A very active time for us here in North Carolina. These storms continue to march their way on through. A lot of heavy rain associated with this as well. That's what you'll see before you potentially get into the most dangerous part of the storm. And again, there it is right there there. There's Greenville just to the north, where that red and green is touching. That's where we have the rotation with this storm. We'll keep an update on this, plus the other storms tracking across parts of Florida right after the break.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 82, chance of rain 50%. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 59, chance of rain 50%. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 70, winds west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.